This is Kuhn Cassius for IFLTV. We're at the Box IQ gym here in Dubai. Delighted to be joined by former world champion Rocky Fielding. See, I don't forget.
How are we?
All good, all good. A lot of history with Rocky Fielding and IFLTV because the first ever boxing show we covered was your sensational prize fighter win where you knocked out all your opponents at the Liverpool Olympia. Yeah, that's our first ever boxing show, and here we are again.
I know what, you didn't interview me after it.
What?
You didn't interview me after it.
Did I not?
No interview after it, but you got your introduction, didn't it, with Eddie or something? Is that where it all started?
I don't even think we was allowed backstage then. There's no reason not to. I think we did. I went up there with Jane Couch. I think I did an interview with Steve Bunce and Eddie Hearn. I think that was it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone. No other ones come. No one else come after it. Might have been Matchroom's own one maybe, but it's where it started for me and you, weren't it?
Yeah.
So you're still in the journey.
I'm still in. So are you.
Yeah,
more importantly, so are you. Yeah. I'm quite confused about. You've not had a competitive fight for 3 years. And then I see you getting linked with this fight, that fight over the last year especially. What's going on? Is there definitely going to be a Fielding comeback this year?
Yeah, it's going to be, yeah. I've been approached for a fight. I've had a couple of, to be honest, I've had a couple of approaches. I got a phone call off the BFK, was it? Bernachel, yeah. It's just a conversation. I was just, listening to the conversation, see what the options was off them. I was never gonna do Bernachel, but I had a few WhatsApps. He wanted a Zoom call with David Fielman. I think he's the owner or something like that. So someone wanted to set up a Zoom call, and I was like, ignored that. I thought, no, this is not for me, this Bernachel. But it was just worth listening to what he had to say, and he wanted me to fight on September. This yeah. And then a week later, a few conversations about the boxing fight came along, and as you're saying, in the past there's been a few call-outs, a few boxers, saying they want to fight or whatever. So I felt like this is a bit of a good time, right time out here now anyway, especially in Dubai.
Absolutely. There was a show here on the weekend, Jamie Cormack and Grassroots, which was a great show.
He's excellent, Jamie. Jamie here.
Yeah, he's here somewhere. But they put on a great show over the weekend, and to be honest, I know there's a show actually on this Friday as well here in Dubai. But yeah, it needs more shows, and shows like the other day especially.
Yeah, maybe that show today. I've been here a few years now with the shows here, and to be honest, they're better than some professional shows. The setup, the ring walks, the atmosphere. The thing is, here you don't get much boxing shows, and you don't really get, professional, really good fighters show, but you get, the amateurs, the white collars, a couple of pros coming through out here. But I think there's like over 1,000 people there in the W Hotel on Saturday, and the atmosphere was great, and the fights are all competitive, and it's building and growing here. And as I say, I've been here for a while, shows, and I've been sitting there ringside watching a few, thinking, this is good. I'm not feeling this bit of a tick in the box. You know what I mean? To get out here and fight. And so a few conversations have been had. I've been approached a few times about fighting. I'm always ticking over. I'm always in the gym, still sparring. So the conversations are going, and there's a bit of a plan for me, and it looks like a good plan.
Let me chuck some names at you, and you can kind of address each name as we go along. There was a little bit of talk about you possibly fighting Brandon Glanton in Nigeria next week. Just didn't happen?
No, it didn't happen, no way. That's the thing. So with the Bernachel conversation, I just, I left that. And I just focused on family and myself. And then a week later, I got a text, yo, bro, you want to fight? Yeah. Where? Nigeria. I didn't even know who Brandon Glanton was, to be honest. I don't know. I just said, yeah, go on. Give me an offer. I went, no, give me this. And he got back and said, yeah. I went, oh, shit. All right. They looked it up, and obviously it was too close.
It's next week.
Yeah, it's next week, and I'll take over. It was just myself, just like, an attraction, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not attracting fighting or boxing, just whatever comes my way. If it's boxing, if it's outside, business that I got going, if it's anything like that, I was going to say yeah to it. And, you know, there we have it, I said yeah to it. But then, obviously, it weren't really right at the time. But with me saying yeah and putting it out there, I got approached again for a fight that benefited my favours and, you know, potentially be here in Dubai. So the talks were good there, and, you know, where we are now.
Right, let's chuck another name at you that you've always been kind of linked with. Darren Till. This has gone on for some time, hasn't it? What's going on here? Darren Till's now his third fight in Misfits. Any conversations there?
No conversations, yeah, there has been. And I think, you know, we come back now, fight this fight, and see what doors open on that one. I've been back and forth like 2 years, you know. To be honest, the first tweet that came out was off Darren was Carl Froch's this, Rocky Fielding's this, and Tommy Fury's this. Realistically, Tommy Fury's not happy with him because he would have had his pull out. Froch is back and forth, and the only option, and realistically that can happen, like that is me.
You think you're the most realistic option of all them kind of names being mentioned? I mean, the Froch one, I don't see that happening myself. Froch to come out, but you think of all them names being linked for Till, that you'd be the most realistic?
Definitely, because I'm not going to say I'm the A-side. I'm not going to say I want this much. I'm not going to say I want a ring walk first. I'm not going to. I've said a date, a reasonable offer, and I'll take the fight, no problem. You know, as I say, Till's doing what he's doing. He's you know, he's looked great on his fights. As I said, he's called me out. We've had a bit of back and forth on Twitter. You know, I think if he has a homecoming fight in the Echo Arena, it has to be.
I was going to say you two. That's got to be Liverpool, isn't it?
Yeah, it has to be. And but I can't call shots at the moment, being retired for the years, even though some fighters that are fighting now are being retired and coming out. I'm realistic. I want to get this fight that's coming now, and see what doors open. As I said, realistically, you've got Froch who will be saying what he wants. Tommy Fury, where it hasn't really, it should have happened, it hasn't. Nate Diaz is there, and Masterville, like, you know, if he gets
Mike Perry was spoken about for Till as well.
Yeah, he's saying, but he's, as I say, like, realistically, I get a phone call off Misfits or off anyone around. Rocky, December, January, February, you and Till. Yeah, okay, done. I'm not going to pull myself back and go.
Andrew Tate's been chucked in there and all, hasn't he? Apparently, some sort of conversation's been had with Tate and Darren Till's teams.
Of course, that's, you know, obviously the money fight in it. You know, it's the fight, but is you know, Tate going to risk fighting Till? Really, you know, is he going to get out of bed for less than 50 mil? The way he talks loads of shite, doesn't he? Andrew Tate. He want to get a cream driver only to fight, so he looks good. He's not going to fight Till because he knows that, to be honest, I think Till will flatten him, and, you know, but that's a money fight. If that happened, good on them. But realistically, I'm available.
All right, well, look, sounds like, obviously, yeah, you've got a plan to have one fight this year at some point, most likely, November, and then see what happens after that. You need to get back in the ring quick, though, don't you? 3 years is a long time out.
Yeah, definitely. And I know I'm stupid. I know where, you know, I've been 3 years, but I've been in the gym every day.
Yeah.
And I haven't really, you know, the reason why I retired was inactivity. I didn't take no beatings in my career. You know, I'm not coming back fighting top 15, top 10 fighters around. I don't know, me, I'm coming back as an opportunity's come my way, and it made sense. And take this fight, and then the next fight could be, you know, a potential big fight. So that's where it was going. Another reason, it's in Dubai. You know, tick a box here, and you know, I've got my son now. He'd be 9 at the time. My daughter's 7, so I'd like them to come and see, and, you know, see what I've done in the past. Open up boxer, you know, I've retired on a loss, you know, come back, get a win. I can finish my career on a win, and yeah, and not many fighters kind of do that in the career. You know, they have a good career and then they get beaten and it's done, they're over and they retire. And many, you know, Liverpool fighters many fighters have had that loss on the record and retired, and I've had a chance now where I can open it back up, win, get a win, you know, close the chapter on a win, you know, and have me 2 kids come and watch me here, and that's probably one of the main things that I'd like to do. You know, it's not really money-wise, not like that before from anyone. It's just I've been offered I've been offered a fight here that made sense, and the next fight could be a potentially big fight, and here's the reason why. But yeah.
Would you be coming back at cruiserweight? Yeah.
No. No.
At light heavy?
I wouldn't do. Not the limit, you know, not the limit. But I mean, you know, I'd fight
make super middle.
No, I wouldn't make that either. And I'd fight anyone at that level, at 90 kilo.
Yeah.
I'll be under. Yeah. I'd weigh in 85, 86. I'm only 89 now. Yeah. And I'm training, but I'm not dying. But they can weigh in 90. I can weigh in less than that. There's no problem. I'm definitely not cruiser. No.
I was joking. Just finally, Rocky, obviously somebody you've known very well in Ricky Hatton. Yeah, it's been how many days now? It's been about 10 days now since obviously we learnt of his tragic passing away. But when did you first meet Ricky, Rocky?
Yeah, I met him down at his gym. Met him around the shows. Met him at the Jolly Boys Steve Wood put on. That's where they got my picture with him when I posted. I was and I'd met him there first. I'm really not sure he was on me at the time, you know what I mean? But then he said, Rocky, come here, and we actually come out of the toilet getting a picture, outside the toilet, getting a picture. And the last time I seen him, we were in Saudi for the fights. I took my lad with me. He was standing there next to Ricky Hatton, Carl Zaghi, Frank Bruno, who else? 3 or 4 of the fighters, and he had his hands like that. I mean, a lad was doing this. Amir Khan was there. I mean, a lad's punching his hands, and he goes, "Never come back to Saudi. You can't get a bevy here. Never coming back." And I was like, "You know what I'm just saying? You can't get a drink, can you?" But yeah, that's, you know, the memories, and obviously the other side of it of you know, the passing, and you know, I found out that on my phone. I was like, probably got gutted, even though like last time I seen him a while back, and you know, just on the boxing career he had and everything around it. And a few people used to say, you'd have a fight. This is when I grew up watching. You'd have a fight, and the next day you go to the local pub with his mates and have a drink. And I'm like, really? Like, did he do that? And then as you get older, I think, oh, he's just like that guy who just had a drink. The next day he's just going playing darts and in the local with his boys and with his mates, and I was like, that's a proper guy, that. And yeah, and obviously the you know, the thing that he'd gone through over the past, you know, followed you know, his interviews, and like each time I'm seeing his interviews now, and I'm like, and you know, it's hitting more as a fighter, because in the past couple of years I've lost a couple of good friends, close friends to the suicide through mental health, and now that's happened, and I was like, wow, just devastating. And you know, obviously his family, Campbell, and like his daughters. He has pictures and videos of his daughters, and he's going for teas with them, and I do that we do with our kids, and we're sitting there, and I was like, how can that, you know, how will them baby kids feel now as kids? And it's proper, it's hit hard, and it's hit me hard, yeah, even though we say you got a family, and I just, can't stop thinking about it, really. Every time I'm on Instagram, something will come up with them, and like something funny will come up, like he's done, or he's done the karaoke, and you know, a couple of guys, friends of mine were in Tenerife, sending me videos, WhatsApping me, they're with him, with Ricky on the booze, he's just with the lads, just having a pint and on the karaoke. I was like, what a guy he is, and the career he had, and yeah, I'm, you know, I say that side of it of, you know, the help and speaking out, everyone else is the same, you know, I've moments myself, like I've posted a video, moments myself where you're thinking, not them thoughts, but I'm thinking, you know, where's the buzz now gone of the boxing, and you know, at least myself, I'm in here every day, training, ticking myself over and keeping my mind ticking and, you know, helping people out and that. And I think that's the best next thing, is helping people out as well as yourself as a fighter. And I said now, like a fight approaching now for me, it's come my way, a fight, and I'm thinking, yeah, let's go back and give it another go. And, you know, no, it won't be the level I've ever thought I've been at, but it's that. But yeah, I'm just good to, like, you know, I've watched your pictures and videos the other day, and you were way back, don't you? And it's like, wow, like, it's hard there. But as you know, Matthew, his brother, and everything, so condolences to them, and you know, I hope they all stay strong.
Okay, Rocky, much appreciate your time. When you have fight news confirmed, we'll have another little catch up. And yeah.
You gonna come back? Yeah?
You're fighting, yeah.
It's supposed to be.
You're fighting, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there if you're fighting. Yeah. Rocky, thank you very much for your time, and we'll definitely catch up with you again very soon. Thank you.